Property tax is one of the most significant expenses for landlords in Canada. It directly impacts profitability and cash flow, making it crucial to manage effectively. As municipalities reassess property values periodically, landlords often face tax increases that constrain their budgets. However, there are strategies to manage property taxes, including understanding how assessments work, leveraging tax deductions, and even challenging an unfair tax increase.
We will explore how property taxes work in Canada, how landlords can optimize their tax burden, and what steps they can take to dispute an increase when necessary. This is not legal advice. Property taxes are levied by local municipalities and are used to fund essential services such as schools, infrastructure, emergency services, and waste management.
Factors determining property tax. The amount a landlord pays is based on two primary factors, determined by provincial or municipal assessment authorities. This reflects the market value of the property. Municipal tax rate. Set annually by local governments, the rate varies by location and property type. Impact of tax increases on landlords. For landlords, any increase in the assessed value or municipal tax rate can lead to higher property tax bills. This makes it essential to monitor assessments closely and take proactive steps to control costs.
Strategies for managing property taxes. Monitor property assessments regularly. Most provinces reassess property values every few years. Landlords should review their assessment notices and compare their valuations with similar properties in the area. Factors influencing property valuation. Assessment authorities base their valuations on factors such as recent sales of comparable properties, rental income potential, and property improvements and renovations. If the assessed value appears too high, it may be possible to challenge the assessment and reduce tax obligations.
Appealing a property tax increase. If a landlord believes their property has been overvalued, they can appeal the assessment. Each province has its own assessment authority and appeal process, but the general steps include the following. Review the property assessment notice. When a new assessment is issued, landlords should carefully review the stated value. The notice will include the assessed value, previous year's value, and instructions on how to file an appeal.
Compare with similar properties. Landlords should research recent sales and assessments of similar properties in their area. If their property's assessed value is significantly higher than comparable properties, this could be grounds for an appeal. Gather supporting evidence. To strengthen an appeal, landlords should collect evidence such as recent sales data of similar rental properties, property appraisals from independent professionals, records of property defects or issues that lower market value, and evidence of declining rental income due to economic conditions.
File a formal appeal. Landlords must file an appeal with their provincial or municipal assessment authority before the deadline, which varies by province. The appeal typically involves submitting documentation and attending a hearing where the case is presented.
And negotiate with the assessment authority. In some cases, assessment authorities may be open to negotiation before the hearing. Landlords may be able to settle for a lower valuation through discussion, avoiding a formal appeal process.
Prepare for a tribunal or review board hearing. If the initial appeal is denied, landlords may escalate the case to a provincial tribunal or assessment review board. This stage involves presenting evidence before a panel that makes a final ruling on the property's valuation.
Consider professional property tax consultants. For landlords with multiple properties or high-value real estate, hiring a property tax consultant can be beneficial. These professionals specialize in assessing property valuations and filing appeals, potentially saving landlords thousands of dollars in taxes.
Plan for future tax increase. Even if an appeal is successful, property taxes may rise again due to increasing municipal rates or general property appreciation. Budget and monitoring. Budget for potential increases and factor them into rental rates. Monitor municipal budgets and policies that affect property tax rates.
Provincial property assessment and appeal processes. Here are some comparables by province. In Ontario, property assessments are conducted by the Municipal Property Assessment Corporation, or MPAC. Appeals are filed with the Assessment Review Board, also known as the ARB. Ontario's assessment cycle is every 4 years, with phased-in increases. While in BC, the notice comes from the BC assessment, and this determines property values. Landlords can appeal through the Property Assessment Review Panel. The deadline for appeals is typically January 31st of each year. In Alberta, property assessments are conducted annually by municipal governments. In Quebec, appeals are filed with the Local Assessment Review Board, or LARB, or the Composite Assessment Review Board, known as CARB. Municipalities assess property values every 3 years. Appeals must be filed within 60 days of receiving the assessment notice.
Property taxes are a significant expense for landlords in Canada, but proactive management can help mitigate costs. By carefully reviewing assessments, leveraging tax deductions, and appealing unfair increases, landlords can reduce their tax burden and improve profitability. Staying informed about municipal tax policies and planning for future increases ensures long-term financial stability.
Professional consultation and strategic approach. For landlords facing complex tax issues, consulting a property tax professional may be a worthwhile investment to secure long-term savings. By taking a strategic approach to property tax management, landlords can protect their rental business and maximize their return on investment. It's worthwhile to learn the property tax management process for your province and the appeals process. For more topic-specific free resources, see the Canadian Landlord Professional Association's website.